Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Let's take a look at the chart. Start with the big picture. Several weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, we had a meaningful buy signal that is of a 2 to 3 month or sooner nature to the upside. 175.51 expected, holding above this 150.11 descending channel top that is based in part on these series of spike lows, if you will, going back a year roughly and back to April. So 150.11 is our base. Yes, 153.13 is there. I have that as a minor point today only, and I'll get to that in a moment. I actually don't expect to see that today, but it is that previous all-time high that was put out last January. So it's there, and expecting 175.51 over the next 2 to 3 months or sooner. I think that sooner would come, and I'll jump to the daily chart now, with a settlement over the next week or two above 165.98. 165.98, nothing more than a rising trend line off the series of highs following that April low, can contain daily buying pressures, possibly into later week, and if settled above, sooner than later, would indicate 175 handle resistance within another week or two. So this could be much sooner. Now 165.98 is rising at a pretty steep pace and will later this month converge anyway with the mid 170s. So bullish momentum remains intact above the 150.11 formation, expecting 175.51 in the coming weeks. Could be potentially by the end of July if we once again get up and over the 165.98 trend line. Now on the way up, I do have 161.10, but we've taken this channel out several times without upside consequence, and I'm just going to keep it simple and open this chart up and show 162.12 is just a trend line off the recent highs over the last week. I think it can contain intraday buying, and if we can close above 162.12 today, then we should tomorrow, Wednesday into Thursday, within a day or two, actually test this 165.11 trend line, where we can top out on a daily basis. I'm reluctant to call this a 3-star resistance. First and foremost, I'm just not a big fan of using trend lines per se as a significant trend-defining element. But, it may well contain buying in the later week. If we tested, say, tomorrow, Wednesday, following a settlement today, for instance, above 162.12, it just might contain buying through the rest of the week, and we can fall away. We don't even have to fall away. We could trade sideways for a day or two as this trend line continues to rise through time. And if we can close above 165.98, that, at least right now, is our accelerator to the upside. Then indicating on the daily chart 175.31 within a week or two, but on the weekly chart, once again, it's 175.51. That is a 2-year channel structure roughly that can contain buying on a quarterly, possibly through the rest of the year basis.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
And I think that covers the upside pretty well. I'm going to take us back to this chart. Downside, I have 153.76, which of course precedes 153.13. I really think it's 153.76 that, if settled below, would then signal 150.11 tomorrow, Wednesday. 153.76, your classic rising channel bottom over the last week and a half. On the way down, over the last 4 days activity, the two extremes, the low that was put out last Wednesday, yes, and the high that was put out on Friday, those two extremes, 5/8 back is 155.12, an intraday support level that can be bought. We could trade inside the 162.12 to 155.12 area, 7-point range. For the day itself, perhaps. If we break, though, 155.12, 153.76 is expected, where we could place a daily low. And because it's a 1.5 week channel bottom, we might even round up from here through the rest of the week. If, however, we close below 153.76, then I'm expecting a test probably tomorrow of 150.11. And 150.11 is wrong. No, this is the right chart. Actually, I want to show, I think, yeah, okay, that is the right chart. That is the right chart. Let me back up a little bit. If we close below, let me go back to, sorry, I'm a little discombobulated here. If we settle once again below 153.76, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, we test the 150.11 level. And 150.11 is really, at this point, the beginning of a range that is narrowing daily down to 149.64, this rising 4-week channel bottom. This is our base of support. What I would like to do is just erase 153.13 from this image, because I don't think it has a lot of relevance right now. We've already, once we closed above it, we broke back below it. I think we can do the same. I just want to underscore that I think our support that you can buy into on a short-term basis and even near-term basis, not 153.13, it is 153.76 for the day and really through the rest of the week. We can round up from here. 153.76 precedes, of course, this zone of support between 149.64 and 150.11. This is a significant zone of support, and I think many institutions, many traders, many swing traders are sort of chomping at the bit to buy into the low 150s if given the opportunity. And because of that, buying will precede that. I think 153.76 is a great point to buy into, not only for the day, but through the rest of the week, because from here we can round up to new highs following a test of 153.76. Once again, if we close above 162.12 today, 165.98 is likely tomorrow, Wednesday into Thursday, where we could actually top out perhaps through the rest of the week. And if we can close above 165.11, as I've said, it does set up within a week or two our longer term objective at 175.51, where we could top out perhaps through the rest of the year. So if I'm taking a look at the 2 to 3 month time frame, you're buying 150.11 and exiting selling at 175.11. If I'm talking, really kind of the 3 to 5 day time frame, you're buying 153.76 and selling 165.98 if given the opportunity. And if we're talking, really kind of the day itself, it's 162.12 resistance, 155.12 support, that 5/8 Fibonacci over the last 4 days. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Go to wickedstocks.com if you would. Check out our 5-day free trial. We offer 2 stock picks a week. We've been doing quite well with our stock picks the last month or two, always looking for at least a 20% move on those stock picks. If we find a stock pick and we don't see a clear route for a 20% plus gain over the following 3 to 5 weeks to 2 to 3 months or so, we just don't present it. And we provide you all the specifics necessary for activating that buy signal. We follow up on a week-by-week basis, supporting you in that trade in terms of your stop loss location, the moving targets. Our targets tend to be moving because they tend to be based on moving line studies, as you're probably already aware. And with that 5-day free trial, you get daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis, and weekly Apple stock analysis. So check out wickedstocks.com and take advantage of our 5-day free trial. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Wednesday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.